Hi, it's Stacy from Clothes Live On, and today we are going to go over two of the most important basics for being a Poshmark seller and being successful. So if you want to be having a good sell-through rate, having your items be seen by the correct buyers, then you are going to need to have two important aspects. One, you are going to want to include the style name of the item as much as possible. Now, not every brand necessarily has style names, but honestly, a lot of the brands that you should really be seeking out at the thrift stores will have style names for their pieces. And then also you need to be checking comps and pricing your items correctly. And you should be checking comps in store to make sure that what you are considering buying is actually worth buying at whatever price point. Now, if you're at the bins, you don't need to check comps at such a low price point there that it's really not going to matter very much. You can definitely be a lot more style and brand specific if you're sourcing at the bins or somewhere else where you're getting it for an extremely low price point. But if you're at a thrift store where they're charging, $3, $5, maybe even $10 to $15 for certain pieces, you definitely want to be looking up comps and making sure that you are making good buying decisions and that you're leaving enough room for profit. And then also you want to be pricing competitively. You don't want to price super high above the market value where people are just going to look past your item. And you don't want to be pricing way under, tanking the market, and really not getting the value that you could be and the profit that you could be for the pieces that you are finding. So that is what we're going to go over today, how to look up those different important aspects of selling on Poshmark. So number one thing that you're going to need is your phone. So I check all my comps on my phones. Now, there is an app that you can buy if you are an iPhone user that I do have, and it's called Completely. That does more of eBay comps though, but you can just type in something really quick like Tory Burch flats and kind of get an idea of what they sell for, sell-through rate, all of that kind of stuff. I use Completely more so for my weekly newsletter, which you can sign up for if you're not on clothesliveon.com. It is a free newsletter. But I use that to give out the info that I use in my newsletter. I don't personally use it when I'm in the thrift store, but I know a lot of people who do because it is kind of like an all-encompassing app that can make it a lot faster to check comps. But that's not what I use to check comps. I check my comps on Poshmark. So there are going to be a few different ways to find style names. So you might be really lucky and your piece has the style name already on it. You might have a style number that you just need to Google to find out the style name from that style number. Or you might have a brand where you need to do a Google search based on keywords to find the style name from there. So I'm going to show you something in all of those categories so that we can go over it together and you can see how I find comps. So the first thing that we are going to look at is this Kate Spade purse that I just recently got via Retail Arbitrage. So this is going to be the most simple one that we're going to look at because it is new with tags, so it already has the style name on it for me. So let's go into my phone and I will put my screen recording here. Okay, so I am going to open Poshmark and I am going to look up this bag. So I go into the search part and I'm going to start searching. So I will start by searching the brand name, which is Kate Spade. Now, if you wanted a really general search, you could do Kate Spade purse or Kate Spade like quilted kind of thing. But since this has tags, it gives me the style name on it. This is the Brer Lane quilted bag. So I am just going to search Kate Spade Brer Lane quilted. And I'm not going to do anything beyond that. So as you can see, there are actually none available in this. This is a bag, so my size doesn't matter, but I always turn off my size. And then I look at solds. Available is relevant. So actually the fact that there's none available means that this is going to be off the bat a pretty good purchase because I have no competition with this bag. And then I can see the solds. So there are 2 solds, none in the color that I have. And the color that I have is metallic oak, which I will include in my own listing. But since there is not a lot of these available and there's none actually sold in this color scheme, we will look at the black ones for the comps here because it is roughly the same style. It actually is a little different. It is the Emerson bag, so there is nothing of this specific Brer Lane quilted bag, which is good news for me. I can search differently based on the color name, which we can do in a second. So general comps right now for this bag are showing that one sold for $279 and one sold for $240. So let's change it and see if we can get a better comp with the color name. And again, the color name is metallic oak. So let's see, Kate Spade metallic oak. That is showing a little differently for available. So there's one that is actually the same. So they didn't use the style name, they used the color name though, but the bag is definitely the same. They have it listed for $190, and that is the only one that is this exact that is available. And let's see in this case if there's any that are sold. So we have wallets that are sold, but none of this bag. So based on the similar comps of purses that had sold, and the fact that there's only one available and that seller is not using the style name. Oh, actually they do have the style name. It just didn't pop up for whatever reason when I do it. So they have it listed a little lower than I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with the comps being more of that black bag. So I will have competition that is lower than my bag, which means my bag might sit for longer, but we saw in the first case that there was comps for like $240 to $220, $220 to $240. So I'm gonna actually list mine at $300 to leave room for people to send me offers and for me to do offers to Lakers. And since it is a more expensive bag, when I do offers to Lakers, I will do free shipping for my buyers and go from there. If I ever need to lower it, I can lower it, but I am going to start on the higher end because there's no solds of this exact bag, one available, and 2 comps for solds that are sort of similar but not the same. So that is how I looked up comps on that one. All right, next let's do comps on things with style numbers, but not style names. So this is a Madewell blouse. It is their texture and thread line. Now, brands like Madewell, J. Crew offhand, they'll have style numbers. I'm trying to think of other brands. All Saints will have a style name on the inside. There's just a lot of brands that'll have either the style name or number, and a lot of times it's over by the care tag. So you should always be looking there to see if any of the brands give you that sort of clue. So I go to the smaller tag down here, and the style number on this, it says literally style number is L2939. So I'm going to take my phone and I'm going to open my Safari app, and I'm just going to type in Madewell, and the style number again L2939, and we will see what pops up there. So from here I like to go to images. It's just a fast way for me to match up what I have found. So there we go. It is the texture and thread peasant top. So I have that style name. If you like using stock photos, that's how you can find stock photos also. I don't personally use those, and I don't really recommend using that. So I go over here and I do Madewell texture and thread, and then it is the peasant top. All right, so we're searching that. Since this is a clothing item, turning off my size is going to be a key factor on the app. I can sort by color here, so let's see how many red are available. Mine is going to be one of the available ones, I know. So there are quite a few available in this color. Yeah, that's not that big of a deal. I don't, like, that's a part to factor when you're sourcing, but it doesn't really deter me necessarily. So then we're looking at solds. So they are actually, you know, fairly low for this top. Some of them aren't the exact, but there's a lot that are in this $10 to $15 range, with new with tag ones going for a little higher. I do have this listed in my closet already, and I listed it for $20. Factoring, you know, that $10 to $15 sold range, that allows room for offers. I would hope to get closer to the $14, $15 range. So I send out offers on this, and I expect maybe some counters or just an outright offer that I can accept. This is a size medium, by the way, if you're wondering. So that is how I check the comps on that one. I search style name, and then I take that style name and put it into Poshmark. Okay, now let's take one that is not going to have a style name. So Anthropology is, or a style number I meant. Anthropology is one that all of their pieces do have style names, but you are not going to find a style number anywhere for anything from Anthropology. So this is one where you're going to want to go into Google and do a style, like a description search. So let's go do that together. So this is the brand Poshmark. I actually don't search Anthropology. I search whatever Anthropology brand it is. So this is Poshmark, and we will just start off by describing it as a floral peplum tank. And we will see what that pops up for us. I might have to remove tank, I might have to add other descriptions, but that actually worked right away. So I can see that that at least what I have has popped up. I'm still not getting a style name yet, so we're gonna have to keep scrolling there. Okay, and then I can see that this one is the same top, just in a different color scheme, and that is fine. So it is called the Clavelli top. And then what I like to do from there is I will double check and make sure that is correct by going back in, and I will take out my descriptor and I will put in the style name. So just Poshmark Clavelli this time. And there we go. Yes, this is the top I have. It has that like open back that you see here. So this is the Clavelli top, and I got that just by using keywords. Now sometimes keywords aren't going to work your first try, and you need to like mix them up and try again. So then from here, again, I will look at comps to decide what I would want to price it at. So I just, in Poshmark, am going to do Poshmark Clavelli, since we have the style name, turn off my size, and we can see some available ones. And then let's go over to solds. So there is a sold in this color scheme for 14. There is one for 24, 28, 16, 25, 15, 25. So a little all over the place. I do believe that I listed this in my closet for $20, but I could have actually done more of the $25 range. So actually, if I'm mistaken and I haven't listed it, I might do it more for 25 to go along with the comps in terms of leaving room for offers. Now, obviously, a lot of the solds are around 18. So for me, if it's around 18, pricing it at 25 is better if I expect to get $18 versus pricing it at $20, just because I know that I pretty much never make outright sales. So leaving just a $2 room for offers isn't enough for me. I'd rather price it at 25, and then knowing that a lot of people are going to lowball, so I might get more of that $15 to $18 offer with it being priced at 25, versus if I had priced it at 20, I'm going to get more of like a $10 to $15 offer. All right, and the last one we're going to look at together is a Lululemon top, just because Lululemon is a little different for me. A lot of times, but not in this case, honestly, a lot of times I will just go on Lulu Fanatics. So let me pull up Lulu Fanatics with you guys. It is my like favorite site to find Lulu pieces. So I like to go under categories. This would obviously be tops and long sleeves, but because this like isn't such a unique style that I'm going to instantly see it in here. This isn't how I went about finding this style, but a lot of times I use Lulu Fanatics and I will just scroll until I see what matches mine. But for this particular long sleeve, I did Lululemon maroon striped long sleeve. And a lot of times that'll actually link you to a Lululemon piece. So there's a Poshmark listing. That is the one I have, but it's not the style name. I am willing to keep scrolling because there's going to be a lot of Lululemon that works for this, and I can adjust my description as needed. Alright, so it took me a while of scrolling, but I did find it. So here we go. This is the top I have. I can tell that's the same style. It is the Lululemon Yogini 5-year long sleeve. I do know because this is, I've already done my research on it, but again, I like to always confirm. So I would do the Lululemon Yogini 5-year long sleeve. And there's obviously a bunch of different style names, but there is mine again. So yeah, they all are the same style. And then what I like to do from there is go back into Lulu Fanatics because I want to get the color name. That's an important factor for Lululemon. So in here, I will do again the Yogini 5-year long sleeve. And that is going to take me to that page. I am going to scroll. There's the one that I have. So now I know that this is the color combination of west to east stripe heathered Bordeaux drama, pine stripe printed inkwell, mojave tan. Super long color name, but I like that. And Fanatics gives me other info. So I know that this is from August of 2014. It retailed originally for $68. It gives me a lot of good info. Now going back in here, I am just going to do just the style name because the color name is so long that a lot of people aren't going to have that in their title. So again, style name. Alright, take off my size and then go to the solds. So there is one for $20. This is a case where I might sort it by color, which I do sometimes in Poshmark. So there's a $30 one with this sorted color, a $40, a $35, a $35. So to me, this is a good one to price anywhere from like $30 to $40, honestly, depending on what I'm specifically wanting to get. I will probably personally price it more like the $35 range, potentially the $40 though, you know, shoot guy, why not? But yeah, that is how I look up style names and solds on Poshmark, and that is going to be key info for you making your listing the best it can be, allowing buyers to find your item, and making sure you're pricing correctly so that it sells not under market value, but not priced too high to the point where it drives buyers away from even considering your listing. I hope you guys liked this video and found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. Click the subscribe button down below. I post new videos every Monday and Friday. If you want to be notified when they go live, you can turn on the bell icon for notifications. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.